Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Claire and this is Polly Put the Petal On, and today's video is a haul and we're going to crack on straight away. It's lovely to see you, as it always is. I hope to see you in the comments later, and yeah, I'm excited to be here today. Now this haul is a bits and bobs haul. It's things that I've picked up over a period of weeks, probably a couple of months actually, and it's those little bits and bobs that you need to tie in the loose ends to things that you've already got. So, and there's some things that I did get from the charity shop. So I've got charity shop, I've got Homebargains, B&M, Aldi and Temu. So let's crack on and let's get this done. I have just seen something there that I also picked up, but it's over there and I'll get it in a minute. So let's crack on. So I'm going to start with this because it's right in front of me. I've got some gutter hooks, you know, to hang my outside lights, which I have got here. I'm going to show you these gutter hooks. You can't go wrong with these. They just clip onto the gutter and you put your lights into the little hook, and they are brilliant for hanging your lights. I've used those for many years. There's 50 in a pack, and I think I guess they were about £1.99. I'm not too sure, and they were Homebargains. And then these also were Homebargains, and they are 750 LED cluster string lights. Now it says on that box there that they're a mix of that light, but they're not. I've plugged them in, they're just bright white. Now that doesn't matter. I bought them wanting the two colours. It doesn't matter to me. They're going on the outside of my bay window. What I wanted to say about these is for the past 2 years, I have been buying my lights for the outside bay window from B&M on, they were cluster lights, but on a wire, not like this, not on the plastic coated wire, not on that wire, but on a silver wire. And you know, every year they haven't even made it through Christmas, so I thought I'm not doing it. So I went to Homebargains. I think these were £19.99, and hopefully these are going to last a lot longer than what the past 2 years lights have done. Honestly, we haven't even got through Christmas and then they start like pulsing and then they go. And I don't know what it is, whether they were faulty batches, I just don't know, but it's not worth it to me. You can't keep chucking money after lights, can you? So I got these, and like I say, that they should be two colours, warm and ice white, but they're not. They're just ice white, and that's fine. Cool and warm, should I say. So yeah, I'll see how I get on with those, and they were £19.99 from Homebargains. I'll stick with the lights. These are from Temu, and they're just a 4-pack battery operated 4-pack of the beaded lights. They're not beaded, are they? What are they called? Micro lights on that wire there. And I've got those because there's some areas, some little vignettes that I'm doing that only require a small amount of lights, and so they're 20 on each. I think they're 20 on each pack, and they were £2.99. They might even have been they might have been £2.29. I'm not too sure. So I got those for, like I say, just for little vignettes that need lighting up, but I don't need a massive light, so they will definitely come in handy. We're going back to Homebargains. I'm all over the shop. I've got some festive table napkins. They're quite all right. They're going to serve I mean, I've got napkins, but I wanted just this lovely red, and yeah, I think they were about £2.99, and I'm quite happy with those. 40 by 40 centimetres, so they're big enough, aren't they? And half the time they're just for decoration. Nobody uses them. And this year, guys, we're going against the rules. We're sitting in our seating area in this room, in the living section of our living room, because this is the dining section. We are literally just going to have our dinner on our knees because that's what we've decided. We haven't got my daughter this year, so it's a family of 3 this year, which is going to be a little bit strange, not having her here. but she's coming Boxing Day with her partner and our baby grandson. So yeah, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, where should we go? Oh, this is Homebargains too, and it's just a velvet I think it's 1.5 inches. 1.5 inch velvet red ribbon, and it's 5 meters. I haven't got my glasses to the table, so yeah, it's quite nice, that, although I haven't used it, and I have used lots of ribbon so far. I have done lots of decorating, but none of it's finished, so I start somewhere and then I go to something else. That's how I operate. That's just me. So yeah, the big tree is up. I've got this tree back here, the heavily flocked tree. The big tree is up, but it's not completely decorated, although, you know, I keep going to it, adding bits. I'm not doing a decorate with me, guys. You will see. I mean, what I will do with you guys is I've got 2 dough bowls and a compote bowl to do. But as for the rest, I'm doing everything on spec. Christmas is my most creative time of year. It really is. It's when I just love to decorate for Christmas, and I am at my most creative at Christmas, and my most imaginative too. And this year, honestly, it's going to be it's going to be my gift to you, really, because if I can get down what's in here, and I'm making quite good headway, you know, it's just going to be special. It's going to be special. So, and as you know, it's vintage. It's not vintage, it's Victorian, Dickensian, and so far so good. So yeah, do stick around for that. So that was, I think that was £1.99. It might have been £2.99, but I think it was £1.99. It's 5 meters and it's a 1.5 inch, and it's a lame ribbon. It's not wired, it's lame. And then we'll go on to Temu, and then we'll do, oh well, I'll show you this actually, because there's only one thing from B&M, and it's these baubles. Now I've already placed one in the tree because I'm mocking up. I do that. So there's those. They're very, very pretty, aren't they? There's some like flocked sections on there. There's holly on there, flocked again on there in the green. And like I say, I'm doing a little mock-up of certain areas in the tree, in the big tree. And I wanted to see how that green one would look, because to be quite honest, my tree, if you remember from previous years, is a dark green tree. And lo and behold, I have lost my berries and my glitter picks that go right inside, that illuminate the inside of the tree. Lost them. Do not know. I was poorly last year, with really bad actually, with fibromyalgia when it come to taking down the decorations. So I enlisted help, and now I don't know where those things are. I'm going to give it one last look today, and if I can't find them, then, you know, I'm just going to progress with what I've got. So yeah, they were £10 and they were B&M, but really nice, very pretty. I particularly love that holly one. Very, very nice. But again, I think that holly is just a transfer. You know those transfers that I told you about from Temu? In my last Temu hauls, I showed you those transfers. I think they're just transfers, the holly on there. Yeah, I think they are, because you can actually see the seam of it, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, they were £10. So yeah, so we'll go back to Temu. So I picked up some cushion covers. Now, I'd already picked up some printed ones, and I wasn't too sure about them. So I got these, because these can remain in situ all year. Just these red sorry about that. Just these red cushion covers, and they are the same. I'm going to rustle. They're the same texture and coziness of my cream ones that I showed you again in, I think, in my last two previous Temu hauls, in red. And yeah, just keeping that cozy vibe going. So I'll either use those or I will use the printed ones. It just depends. Once I've got everything out, it just depends on how I'm feeling about the soft furnishings, really, and what will correlate best with what's going on in the room. I really am excited about this year, guys. Yeah, there's nothing back here yet, nothing at all, because obviously I'm just using this as somewhere to plonk stuff. My table's a mess, it's full of stuff, because obviously I'm doing things, I'm doing little crafts, and I'm generally doing the crafts at night time, and I haven't got the camera out, and the lighting would be poor anyway. I did do one of my lanterns that I told you about that I was going to be doing, the silver lanterns, and I've rub and buffed one of them gold with rub and buff, and then I've stippled black wax on, dark wax, it's not black, and it's come up lovely, so I'm very, very happy with that. So I'll just do the other one. So yeah, I'm coming back here of a night time and just losing myself in some creativity, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, don't know where that came from. I was saying something, wasn't I? So yeah, my table is quite hectic because I've got different projects going on, and I just I don't know what it is with my brain. Well, I do know what it is with my brain, but I flip from one thing to another without finishing anything, and then I go back to it, and then eventually it will get finished. And that's why I'm not doing a come decorate with me, because I'm not that way. My brain doesn't fire that way where I can just focus on one thing. I'm all over the place. So we'll go to Temu again. Now, I got one of these in one of my last Temu hauls. And it's this beautiful red velvet throw. 16 feet long these are. It's not a throw, it's a table runner. And you know, the quality is absolutely beautiful. And you can see how luxurious, here we go, luxurious that it looks. It's thin, it is thin, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I've already got this in place somewhere else, and I loved it so much I thought I'm going to get another one. So it's a table runner, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's lovely quality, and that was £3 something. And because of that, and I obviously because it's Dickensian Victorian, I'm going traditional colours, and I got the green one. This is stunning, it really is. Look at that, it's beautiful. I love it. And again, it's 16 foot long, and it was £3 odd. Now you will get to some, because when I put it in my basket at £3 odd, then it went up to £7 odd, and I thought, oh no. The next day it come back down to £3 odd, and I think then I even got back on the price adjustment check when it was on its way to being delivered. I did a price adjustment check, and I think I got a few pence off it, so it came down again. It's always good to do that price adjustment on Temu. But look at that, isn't it beautiful? I think that was called black green. Beautiful colour, and as you can see with the light hitting it, I just love it. Oh, look at the effect of when you ruffle that. It's just stunning, it really is. So yeah, I've got that. And then I'll go to Aldi. I've nearly finished, guys, and then we can have a little catch up. I picked up this game from Aldi, Murder Mystery, and At the Haunted House. I've got no glasses, I can't see, so please excuse my struggling. It's 5 to 13 players, and it's for ages 16 plus. It's a game with 3 alternative endings, so I think you can play it 3 times. And you're all detectives, I think. There's a family curse, and it's struck again, and you're at a funeral, and there's a missing body and a murder to contend with. Can you and your friends solve the case and uncover the murderer in your midst? So that's the back of it. So you get all those things there. I just thought this would be easier than playing a game that we need to concentrate on. I mean, obviously there will be some level of concentration, but a game where we could break off, you know, if baby boy needs mummy's milk, or, you know, changing, whatever, or just comfort or play. It's one where we can, you know, concentrate on the baby and not just the game. That's what I was thinking anyway. That was £9.99, that was, and we're all looking forward to playing that. There was 3 of them. I can't remember all of them, but I chose the haunted house one because I thought it'd be quite fun. Right, now we're moving on to charity shops, and I picked up these when I went to weigh-in last week. We go in the town over, and I said to Mary, my friend who I go with, because we always do our food shop as well, and we passed this charity shop, and I said, oh, let's just pop in, because charity shops do sell seasonally, so you will find Christmas, obviously it's Christmas, so you will find Christmas products in the charity shops at this time of year. So I said, let's just pop in and have a look, you know, to see if I could find anything that was vintage looking or Victorian, or, you know, that aged look to add to my decor. And indeed I did. I found these baubles. Now I really like these. I'm not sure whether somebody's made these, but they're very, very nice. Just vintage baubles. I think on one of them he's got a pipe in his mouth, which obviously is not right, Santa. Has he got a pipe? Yeah, he's got a pipe in his mouth there. That's not right. But yeah, I really, really love those. They're so nice. So there was 2, 4, 6, 7 of those, and they were £2.50, and just dotted in the tree. You know, I don't want it screaming, and that's why I'm happy to use those colours. Even though my colours are red, gold and green, I'm quite happy to use those dotted here, there and everywhere on the tree, in the tree. And then I'd gone to we have a new charity shop in our town, quite a big one, and on 2 separate occasions I'd been, excuse me, for some reason I've got a runny nose now. 2 separate occasions I'd gone in, and the first occasion I saw this. Now I'm not sure what that flower is, but I like it. I like it nevertheless. Look at the tassels. It's velvet too, and it's got a little bit of shimmer on it, a little bit of sparkle on it, if you can see that, if it's catching the light. I might not necessarily use that side. This was £3. I might not necessarily use that side. I may use just that side. It's absolutely lovely. This cushion cover does come off as well, and like I say, it was £3, and I really, really like it. So that was one occasion that I went in, and then I needed to go to Boots for my daughter. She'd been unwell this week. I needed to get her some electrolytes, and I parked where this charity shop is. So I thought, well, I might as well. I could see there was a couple of Christmas trees in there, and I thought, I'm going to go and have a look. And they displaced stuff so nicely. I thought, oh, I'll go and have a little look. And this is what I found whilst I was in there. How beautiful. And this is all embroidered. Merry Christmas. Absolutely love it. And it goes perfectly well with this cushion. And this was £2. How beautiful. So yeah, £5, and I've got a nice little display, whatever I want to do with those anyway. And that is the end of the haul. So thank you to those who have watched and are here just for the haul, and for those that are here for a little catch up, let's have a little catch up. So Mum has come home now, but it's not without its worries. She's medically fit enough to be at home, so they say, but she's struggling. You know, she's got carers in twice a day, which is a godsend. She's got a pendant round her neck in case of any falls, because she is a massive fall risk. And yeah, me and my son go over. Our plan is to go over every other day, because she's very, she didn't want the carers. She was adamant she wasn't having them, and she was also adamant that once she got them in place and things relaxed, she was going to sack them. And I had to threaten her, I'm afraid, and I had to say to her, if you do that, then I'm going to stop coming, because I can't go to bed of a night time worrying. Obviously, I found her after she'd fallen, and it was horrific, and I don't want that. You know, it's good to know that there's somebody going there in the morning at 7 o'clock, and there's somebody going there at 6 o'clock in the evening. So, you know, and she, like I say, she's now got the pendant round her neck. We're going to get one for her wrist. She'd prefer that. And at the moment, she's being assessed by re-enablement. So they're not just carers from an agency. They are they've been put in place, and they are re-enablement carers. I don't know if any of you are struggling with any of that sort of thing, but it's good to know that these people are there on hand to help, and they are going to assess Mum in the times that they go, and they write it down in a book and report on what their findings are and stuff. And I want Mum to get used to having these carers. I think she'll love them in the end, because my mum is a social butterfly. She really is. And for the first 2 days, she was really quite depressed because she can't get out. And she's always, like, she's a member of 4 clubs, and she just can't get to her clubs. So I've always said she'd enjoy carers going in for a good old natter, and you know, they can help her out while they're there and stuff, and I want her to get used to that. And so I'm going me and my son are going every other day. So that's that. And yeah, I've got Kim coming today. Life's been so hectic for me, I've hardly seen Kim in months. I think we've seen each other 4, maybe 5 times, if that. And because it's hectic, and also I have to decompress, because I have such an erratic brain that I can become overloaded, and it's just too much. So I need to decompress. So sometimes, you know, I don't want to see anybody because you've got a lot going on, but you've got a lot going on in your brain as well. And I don't want to see anybody. I need to be by myself, and I don't want to do anything. Although I do things, because I do things in my own home, pottering about, but you know. So yeah, I've got Kim coming today, which is going to be lovely. I've taken a little bread bun out of the freezer, and I'm going to have a nice salad sandwich. We do that, have a little bit of lunch with each other. She'll bring what she wants. In fact, her cheese from last week is still in my fridge. So she may just have a cheese sandwich, but yeah, I'm going to have a nice salad sandwich. So yeah, as far as decorating is concerned, we're getting, how dare I say that? We are getting there. My ideas are coming to life. My creativity is more than flowing. That is the best stress buster ever. You know, if you have got that creative side, it's brilliant just to sit and get lost in something that you're doing. And also that is one of the reasons why, you know, I'm not filming what I'm doing really, is because you'd be here all week, guys. You really would, because like I say, I don't just walk off and leave it. Like I say, I do everything on spec. So, you know, I get an initial idea in my mind and then I think, how am I going to get this together now? Do you know what I mean? So I have to think of the mechanics, and like there's a certain thing that I'm going to be doing and I'm going to have it back here. A certain thing that I'm going to be doing, and I've had to work out the mechanics basically, and I haven't got it together. I've worked the mechanics out, but that's as far as I've got. Now it's over there waiting for me to get that together. So yeah, it's going to look absolutely lovely, I'm sure, and it's all going to come together nicely with a little bit of I don't know what it's going to take, but it's going to take it. And yeah, I hope you'll come back for the house tour. It's not a house tour. I'm not showing you around my house. I'll just be showing you what's in here and what's in the hall. I won't bother with the kitchen because the kitchen will just be gingerbread. And I never put a lot out in there because I've only got a small kitchen. So it's a windowsill job. So I'll close the door on that. But you'll see my hallway, and you'll see my living room. And this is a big living room. There's a lot to see. There will be a lot to see. There'll be quite a few vignettes here, there and everywhere. And each one hold something different, but they're all cohesive. And yeah, I'm quite excited about it. So that's me. How are you? Do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear that. And I want to say thank you to Debs. Thank you, Debs. She sent me a couple of blankets, and they're absolutely beautiful. Handmade blankets, and they're absolutely beautiful, and a lovely Christmas card too. So thank you, Debs. I really do appreciate that, because I know that you're having your woes too. And yeah, and that's all I've got to say. So that leaves me to say, I've been Claire. This has been Polly Put the Petal On. You've been absolutely wonderful, and I'll see you in the comments later. Thank you so much for watching. Do take care. Bye.